as of today, we did in total sales and got a total. All right, I run a coffee company called Arvento. Right now, I only sell direct to consumer through my e-commerce store. So I have 3 ads that I cooked up that we're going to be running. Doing this all completely by myself. I've never ran anything like this before. Obviously, the goal is to drive a bunch of sales. So let me show you guys what I set up. We're on my Instagram, and as you can see, this is going to be the first ad creative that we're going to be running, and the second one that we're going to be running, and then our third one. And on the actual ads page, as you can see, I selected all 3 of those. We're doing the campaign option for these guys. I'm just letting it be kind of a basic ad set. Since I've never done this before, I'm just going to let Meta do its actual thing. It probably knows better than me. And the goal of this advertising campaign is actually to drive website visits. And then I'm letting it choose on its own who's actually going to see this ad. And as you can see, we're going to run $33 a day for 4 days. And as you can see, it's estimating that we're going to reach out to anywhere from 20,000 to 37,000, estimated 500 website visits. So we'll see. That sounds kind of expensive for 500 visits, but we're going to find out. Okay, so it is the next morning. Let's see how we did for our day 1 results. So I want to say that our ads didn't actually get approved until later in the evening. I'm going to pop it up on the screen for you guys how we did in just a couple hours. It's currently early in the next morning, so the ads have probably only been up for maybe 12 hours. As you can see, 346 views between our 3 ad campaigns. And in total, that brought us 7 website visits. For it only being up for a couple hours, actually a little bit better than I was expecting. I do want to show you guys that, as you can see on this campaign, we have only spent $3 out of 132 that we have slated for this campaign. What that tells me is it's a little bit too early for us to tell if these ads are actually going to be any good. But one thing I am going to be making a change on is right now we currently have it where all ads lead to the homepage of our website. I'm actually going to send that to where they're going straight to our 10-pack product page that you can see right here, because I think that'll remove one extra layer. I think that'll work out. I will let these ads run for the rest of the day, not going to do anything else, and we'll be back tomorrow to see if things got a little bit better. Got my laptop. Let's check the day 2 results. First thing I'm already noticing is that we have 5 more followers than we did yesterday. I'm not sure if that's from the ad, but that's a good sign. And going over to our campaign, as you can see, we got about 2,200 views, about 48 website visits, and we spent about $30. So 48 website visits. Obviously, you can see this campaign has a different spend budget because I had to actually start a whole new campaign in order to change the website goal destination. And it's interesting, if we actually go over to the ad performance here, as you can see, between the 3 ads that it's sending out, it's spending the most on the one that actually has the lowest click-through rate. So I'm not sure why Meta is doing that. I'm sure it's still just because it's the first day, it's testing out ads, but it seems like it's spending the least on the one that's actually causing the most click conversion. So I'm wondering if it's going to fix itself over the next couple days. Obviously, we still do have 4 more days to look at with this. But importantly, we got 48 clicks total. So what does it actually mean for our conversion rate? Are we actually selling? So over on the Shopify dashboard, as you can see, 65 total sessions. So most of the sessions we had yesterday actually were from the paid advertising, which is a good sign at least. But the not so good part is we got 0 sales. Not a single conversion. No one's adding it to cart. That's kind of a concerning sign out of 50 people that no one has bought anything yet, but not exactly thrilling results. I'm not sure if that's because my Shopify page or because of the price point. I don't think it's the price point, considering we've done a couple thousand sales outside of advertising. Maybe it's just not quite the right demographic yet. I'm not really sure why we're not getting any conversions at all. I think the website looks okay at the very least. It doesn't use any AI photos, so I feel like that builds on authenticity. I'm going to give it another day or 2. If we're still not getting any conversions from our ads, then I'm going to start being pretty concerned. I actually just spent the last 2.5 hours redoing some things on the website. I'm not sure if you guys can tell a big difference, but I definitely can. So also adjusted this to where it shows a little bit of social proof with the 50 plus satisfied customers, and then also added a little price comparison, made the reviews right down here. These are all real reviews as you can see by the little verified things. We'll see if these changes can make a difference at all for tomorrow. Day 3, just got back from the gym. Sorry if I look like shit. Let's see what's going on. First thing I'm noticing is we have a few extra followers. That's awesome. And if we head over to our dashboard, as you can see, we spent about $62 out of our ad budget. That's obviously 4,600 views so far with 107 website visits total. But let's go look at the Shopify dashboard, see if we got any sales from these clicks. And as you can see, 93 sessions, again, 0 orders. I do want to point out that I made a lot of changes to my store yesterday, so not all of these are actually like real sessions. A lot of them are actually from Shopify themselves. But still, nonetheless, you would expect off of over 100 clicks so far that we would have at least one sale. 1% is a pretty low conversion rate on 100 clicks. I'm immediately wondering if maybe I need to retake the product photos. Maybe these simply just don't look professional enough, or maybe I need to add like this. I think this has to change right here. That looks super unprofessional. I think this one could use some work too. I don't know, maybe retook the photos with not such a harsh light above it, because as you can see, they all have this really intense kind of shine. I think that might be a big problem. And also adding like a step-by-step guide. I'm gonna get to work and I'll show you guys what I come up with. It's been like 2 hours, but I think we have some pretty good new product photos. I really think that these look a little more like they're actually being used in person. I think they look a little more professional. I thought my other ones looked good. I tried to really focus on reducing like the glare and the crinkle, and as you can see, it's still not like perfect, but I think it's getting better. And it might be the difference between 0 sales and like 1 or 2 sales, I hope. I'm going to post these to the product page and I'll show you guys that. And as you guys can see here over on the Shopify page, this is the new hero photo. I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks like it's, you know, it's a real thing, which before I think we struggled with. I really like this photo right here. I think that one's super clean. We might actually try and incorporate that into one of the advertisements themselves, one of the creatives. Obviously, we have a secondary photo. Nutrition label, that looks real nice. A little back of the photo one, or back of the package one, sorry. Just so that they know it's like a real thing. And then lastly, we have this little pour, shake, enjoy thing. I think that just adds to the idea that I want it to be as easy as possible for the person who clicks on this page to know what it's about and to actually trust it. So I think these are going to go a long way for that. I'm not going to change out the actual creatives themselves today because I want to try and test one thing at a time. So if this still isn't working tomorrow, maybe I'll try and also adjust the ads to better reflect what the website is going to be looking like. But I think this is a pretty big step up. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm missing something here, but I feel like maybe that's a reason why we weren't getting sales. It's because the product photos before simply just looked too, I don't know, like basic kind of. Letting the ads run. It's been like 3.5 hours of me just working straight, and we'll be back tomorrow for day 4, probably the last day that we're going to be making adjustments, but I'll see y'all then. It is the next day. Let's see if the changes we made yesterday can actually make an impact on anything today. 2 new followers, so that's pretty cool. Not sure if that's going to actually do anything for our sales, though. As for the important stuff, the actual campaign, we have just under 9,000 views, and we have a little over 200 actual website visits with a campaign spend of $110. But the big question really is, of all those clicks and the changes that we made yesterday for hours, did it have any impact on our sales? Well, as you can see, we have 130 sessions, and actually last night we did get 1 sale for 1 bag of coffee. So I'm gonna take that as a win. Obviously, 1 sale, our profit on that is even less than the actual sale price. Over $100 being spent on ads so far. I still think it's too early to tell. Maybe Meta's still finding the right audience, and maybe this will be a good indicator. So what I'm going to do is actually let the campaign run out for the next 2 days, and I'm going to come back at the very end of the week, and we're going to update you guys on everything total campaign, and actually if we got any more sales. I think this is a good sign, but I would definitely like to see more considering how much I'm spending on the advertising. So I'll see you guys at the end of the week. It's the end of the week. Let's see how we did. Let's see if the changes that we made earlier in the week actually made any impact on our ads. And I do want to note that off camera, I actually did lower the price by like $2 per unit. So we're going to see if that also made a difference. As you guys can see over on our Instagram dashboard, the campaign is officially complete and we got over 13,000 views, spent up our entire ad budget, and we got almost 400 website visits. The initial ad that was getting a bunch of the early on traffic actually ended up by far performing the best out of our 3 ad sets. They sent that out to about 10,000 of the 13,000 people saw that exact ad. I am curious to know what metrics Meta used to actually find this audience of who's clicking on it the most. It does not give me that data. I really wish I did. Next time I try this challenge, which there will be a part 2 to this, I'm going to be doing it actually through the Meta Ads dashboard because apparently you have much more creative control. But the important part, the actual Shopify sales. As you can see, for the week on my dashboard, we have 610 sessions. So 2/3 of all website traffic was actually contributed to by the Instagram ads. So that means people are clearly seeing it because of the Instagram ads. But how does that actually convert into the sales? We had 1 sale last time I checked in with you guys. And as of today, we did $141 in total sales and got a total of 3 orders. That's a conversion rate of just about 0.5%. Not exactly the Lambo money we were looking for. However, 2 of those orders actually came yesterday as soon as I lowered the price. And I think that was just a culmination of the ads were getting better at figuring out who they actually needed to send it out to. And then also the new product photos, the whole website. I think, honestly, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot the first couple of days of the challenge, and lowering the price by a couple dollars, I think, also helped drive sales. Total ad spend was about $165 for this challenge, and we made $141 in revenue. Now, of course, that's actually not profit. So if we only count the profit margin on each unit that we sold of all the sales that we did, we actually lost $100 total when you actually take out the profit that we made from selling each of these bags. So not bad for the first time. It shows that we can at least drive some traffic by doing Instagram ads. And before you leave, I think it's worth noting that cold traffic on Instagram, right? Like, this is our first time ever running ads. We have a really small page. No one knows about the brand. So when they see an ad on it, it's probably going to be really hard to convert because they just don't have the social proof yet of a company that they actually know and trust, or that has a large ad budget to where they can have these super professional creatives made and they have UGC content going on. We simply don't have that yet. So I actually think it's going to get better with time as I both get better at putting out ads and also people are more aware of our brand. So there you have it. 3 orders, 5 bags sold, $165 of ads spent. If you're interested in me and my business, then click on this video here where you'll see all about my monthly updates for my actual coffee company. That's all I've got. Thanks, y'all.